kind of cool. It's got the wires already crimped, and it's got a connector on it already. It's already wrapped. We'll see how much of that wrapping lasts, because we're going to go all the way from the battery over here on this side, all the way across. There's a little grommet over there that's going to run down into, oh, sorry, over here on this side. That little grommet, I'm going to run it through there. And then in the inside, we got RCAs. Yeah, it's going to be for the subwoofer and the amp for the subwoofer and the amp for the highs, so a 4-channel amp. So that's going to be coming out. Gonna run RCAs, remote, and this guy right here. I actually lost my black phone cord for my bass control knob, so you can just use any old telephone cord. I believe that's gonna work. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, you my helper?
Yeah.
Yeah? We're gonna get all this stuff put in?
Yes.
All right. So this top piece just comes off, and you get this. All right. There's a lot of different mounting options that you can go with. This fits on a lot of the posts. So I believe I'm gonna go off of, where was it? Right here. I'm gonna go off of this post and then hook it around this way. Do a hook action. Gotta disconnect my ground. Anytime you do anything with the car stereo stuff, you want to disconnect your battery, just so you don't electrocute yourself or blow any fuses or any of that good stuff. Then I'm gonna run it across, and we'll see how it comes up. And I have it mounted right there, and it's a good spot, I think. You got to be careful. I did notice one thing when you went to go tighten it down. Like, this whole thing moves, so you gotta be careful not to break that. So also, when I went to go put this down on it, I don't know if you guys can see right there, it's kind of like cutting into where it would fit in nicely there. It's probably to block out water and whatnot out of there, but I'm gonna cut using a Dremel to round that off right there, get rid of it so it fits nice and snug. So I used the Dremel. I rounded that out where it was solid. It came out alright. Let's see how it fits. Try this one-handed. There we go. And it almost looks like it should be there, because there was already a hole there where this, whatever the hell this cable is, was coming out. Alright, so I'm at the other side of the truck. And like I said, I'm using the 4 gauge, and right down here there's a grommet, a huge one, and there's a little nipple on it right here. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, that's a good angle. There we go. Okay, that's just, I don't know what it's there for, but everything has a reason for it to be there. That's where my 4 gauge is going to go through, and it fits like a glove. You'll see. What do you think, Kate? You think that's going to work, dude?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Bumped your head?
Yeah.
How's it looking under there?
Good.
Okay, yeah. So underneath here, you have a distribution block, and I already took off this. There's 3 clips on it. The one on this side was hard to get off. There's three little bolts. I already got those off. You can pretty much use a 10mm to get all, well, the bottom 2 off, and then that third one that's up at the top, I say just use a 10mm open-ended wrench, and then you can get to it pretty good. Other than that, trying to wiggle one of these in there or using a longer extension, I don't know, it's just a waste of time. It just is easier to use the 10mm wrench to get in there. All right, so once that's gone, this whole piece comes off. I'm gonna disconnect this.
I'm touching the
Oh,
car.
yeah, you are. You're touching the car. After you disconnect that, the whole thing can move kind of out of the way, or you can just wiggle your hand in there to get behind it, and that little grommet where I ran the 4 gauge through is gonna be there. So, show you what that looks like when that's all done. All right, so I ran my wire, my 4 gauge, and I still have this disconnected. because I'm not ready to connect it. Just taking it piece by piece here. So this is what it looks like. I know the Stinger wire was covered, but I like how this looks. It matches the OEM of the truck. Just kind of zip tied it up in there so you can get access to that fuse box. Ran it all the way along, and then that's where it runs in, using that little nipple spot that I told you about that I was going to cut off. All right, so this piece, there's just clips. It just pulls off. So if you just start it like over here, you just start popping it off. It's just all the clips, and then that comes off. And this is what you got. And up underneath here, I'm just gonna run it along there, and then when it gets about, so right here, I'm gonna run it inside, and it's gonna go underneath the seat to the back. And there you go, that's what it looks like. So that's all put back together. So here's where it's at. Everything's put back together. The ground I'm gonna have to the seatbelt bolt. I don't know if you can see it. I just got it down to bare metal. Can't really see it, but I scraped it down to bare metal, and then I'm gonna tighten that in, and that'll be where my ground is. And then this, I'm gonna keep going underneath the carpet, and it's gonna go to the back wall. All right, so I got the RCAs and the accessory remote wire ready to go. Took that all, the CD player or stock radio off, took that all off, ran that through, and underneath there's like a little piece that, it's just like 3 bolts that disconnects. I'm gonna run it along there, and then and take all that apart. I like to electric tape my RCAs to my remote wire, probably about every 5 or 6 inches, and then that way it just stays together and makes it easier to run it all the way through the car. Look at this telephone wire I'm running through there. It's gonna work just fine, but I do obviously like the black one better, but that's what I got.